तो आज शैडो प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. Repeat after me. Let's shadow real life English situations while practicing the words that are difficult to pronounce. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me the words you struggled with the most in English. So, if you'd like to be a part of the next video, then follow me on Instagram. भाई ये तो थोड़ा इन्फ्लुएंसर वाइब वाला हो गया. ये सारे एक्टिंग मेरे से होते नहीं है, पर ठीक है. अच्छा वीडियो चलेगा. Now let's start. The day I missed my bus in mountain town. I woke up at 6:30 in a small mountain town. मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा है ये जो एक्शन कर रहे हैं हाथ से, जो लोग सुन नहीं सकते, जो लोग बोल नहीं सकते, उन लोग के लिए है क्या? शायद ऐसी लग रहा है. I looked outside and saw an eagle flying above. ये बोर है, दूसरा कर रहा हूँ मैं. Listen to this chaotic story while I naturally use in, on, and at. Listen to this English story. I am certain you will understand everything. I want to take a pause again. सुनाई ही नहीं दे रहा है भाई. अजीब सा कान में दिक्कत है कि क्या दिक्कत है पता नहीं. दूसरा ईयरफोन लगाना पड़ेगा. सुनाई ही नहीं देता है. Listen to this story and imagine the scenes in your mind. I recently went to the beach with my friends. We went to Puerto Escondido, a beautiful beach in Mexico. It is on the coast of Pacific Ocean. This is famous for big waves, ब्यूटीफुल सनसेट. भाई ये बहुत ज़्यादा ही ओवर एक्टिंग लग रही मेरे को. ये चीज़ मेरे से होती नहीं है. वार्म वेदर all year long. It was a chaotic trip to the beach. It started very early in the morning. We woke up at 7 a.m. Everyone was still tired, yawning in. ये बहुत अच्छा सिखाती है, मिस हनी है, लेकिन इट्स ओके. Still in bed when the alarm started ringing. My friend was sitting on the edge of the bed looking at his phone. The sunlight was coming in through the window. My backpack was already on the floor next to the bed. My water bottle was on the table next to me. Nobody wanted to wake up, but we want to leave at 8 a.m. sharp because the drive was going to be 9 hours. So we quickly packed our bags. I made sure everything was in my bag. My sunglasses were in the front pocket. My towel was in the bottom of my bag. ये चीज़ है, पता है ज़रूरी नहीं कि अगर तुम कोई फॉरेनर को सुन के प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो तो भाई तुमको एक्सेंट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, तुम अपनी इंडियन एक्सेंट में भी तो कर ही सकते हो प्रैक्टिस भाई, इसमें कौन सी बुरी बात है। मैं कई लोग को देखती हूँ, लोग मतलब इंग्लिश हमारी जो इंडियन एक्सेंट है उसको प्रैक्टिस करने में भी मतलब उसी में प्रैक्टिस करने में भी कितना ज़्यादा अजीब सा फील करते हैं, बट इट्स फाइन, ऐसे भी प्रैक्टिस की जा सकती है, इट्स ब्यूटीफुल। एंड माई चार्जर was in the back pocket. We put our backpacks in the van and our snacks on the seats. And finally, everyone got in the van and we started our trip. The drive was very long. We were in the van for 9 hours. Some people were sleeping in the back of the van. Some put their feet on the seat in front of them. One friend was drawing on her notebook, and I was reading my book. And at first, everyone was excited, listening to music on the speakers and talking in the back of the van, playing games on our phone. But after a few hours, everyone got tired. There were not enough seats in the van, so sometimes someone had to sit on the floor. But the road was was so curvy, there were so many bumps on the highway, and every time the van hit a bump, the person sitting on the floor would fly. Everyone in the van would start to laugh. At one point, my friend was lying on the floor eating a bag of chips, and and when 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 van hit the bump, they went flying everywhere in the van. There were chips on the seats, on the floor, and even inside some backpacks. We played music on the stereo. We told stories and we ate snacks in the van. After many long hours in the van, we arrived at Puerto Escondido. We arrived at 5 in the afternoon. We opened the van doors and we felt the fresh, humid air. Nothing like the contaminated air in Mexico City. The sky was golden and the sun was low. And that night, we had dinner at a restaurant near the beach. We were sitting at a table outside. There were lights on the trees and music playing in the back mountain. Everyone was tired at dinner but also very excited. Later that night, we slept in our Airbnb, but we didn't sleep for long. The next morning, we woke up at 7 a.m. again. Everyone was still tired in morning, but since we were so excited, we walked together. I'll take a pause again. To the beach, and soon we were standing on the beach looking at the ocean. The sun was hot on our skin. and the salt was in the air. We sat on our towels and we watched the big waves crash onto the shore, and my friends were already in the water. They were jumping into the winds and laughing. I was standing on the sand watching them. I saw how a huge wave pulled my friend by his feet and smashed him onto the shore. And for a moment, he disappeared into water. But then, मेरी एक्सेंट अजीब सी हो रही है क्या? मैं बहुत कोशिश कर रही हूँ. It was so scary. Later, I heard two people walking on the beach saying, "Hmm, I don't know how to swim. Do you?" And other responded, "No, me neither. But it's okay." And they both walked to the ocean to swim. They got in, and immediately the ocean spit them right out. The ocean said, "Get out." And fortunately, they did. We have to respect the ocean. It's much stronger than we are. Later, we played volleyball on the beach. There was buried in the sand. The ball kept on falling on the ground, and sometime it rolled into the ocean. We bought the volleyball at the market. We also bought a football and the store. The football kept on flying in the air and landing on the sand. Listened to music on a small speaker. We watched surfers on their boats and we relaxed in the sun. At sunset, we were all sitting on our huge blanket, watching the sky change colors. The blanket was 5 meters long, and the sun was slowly disappearing into the ocean. It was one of the most beautiful sunsets I have ever seen. Where was the most beautiful sunset you have ever seen? But the craziest moment happens on our last night. पॉइंट ये है कि जब तुमको एक्चुअली इंग्लिश की प्रैक्टिस करनी होती है और कोई तुमको देख ले, इट फील सो एम्बेरस्ड और दूसरों को ये लगता है कि तुम टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो. लेट इट बी. Before we left, we finished having dinner at a Thai restaurant. I love Thai food. My favorite dish. I ate all the noodles on my plate and we started walking back to the van. It was dark in the streets and there were only a few lights on the road. The tow truck क्या बोली? Was parked in the middle of the street. The lights were flashing on the truck and a white van was sitting on the back of it. My friend laughed and said, "Can you imagine if that van?" That would be so funny. And I said the same. As we walked closer and closer to the van, we realized that was our van. It was our big Gumi van. We looked at the color, at the stickers, at the license plate. Our van was on the tow truck. We stood there laughing in the street because we couldn't believe it. We parked on the wrong street, but there were no signs on that street. But our van was. इससे ज़्यादा आज प्रैक्टिस नहीं हो सकती, बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्टर्बेंस हो रहा है.